something wild and crazy happened. I don't really know where this is gonna go. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. But I think good things are gonna happen. Okay, hold up. 1 second here. This is gonna require a little bit further explanation. I'm Barry. I'm a boat builder, a sailor, and you can follow all of my exploits in the previous episodes. This is crazy because I just spent the last 7 years pouring my heart and soul into my wooden boat, Dagon. My girlfriend and I just poured a ton of money into restoring her. We're not finished all the projects, and that was my life course. Just keep going, finish the project. And then suddenly, this boat appears. It was all very random. I was just down at the docks, hanging out with my friends, taking a break from work, and this couple came by and they wanted to sell their boat, and they really didn't say anything about it, but they left a flyer with my friend, and they told my friend that they were looking for somebody like me to take over the boat. So he took the flyer, he threw it at me, and he said, "You owe me, call them." So obviously, I didn't call them. Why would I do that? I already have a boat. That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. So I continue to ignore it. I try and pass the day by working and not thinking about the boat. And then I hop on Facebook Marketplace, and there it is. And I look at the website and I realize that this boat is so much better than I could have imagined. But there was still the huge hurdle that I could not afford it. There's no way I could afford it. So my friend's voice just kept ringing through my head saying, "Trust me, call them, do it." So I did. I called John, the owner, and we met up for coffee the next morning, and we kind of just hung out and interviewed each other, and I got a really good impression from him and his 49 years owning this boat, and he got a good vibe from me. I guess you could see that I was used to traditional rigs and the restoration of them, and know how to maintain them and work them, and how to sail a gaff-rigged ketch. So from there, I said I would reach out to him as soon as I had time off of work to go visit him and take a look at his boat. I shot him a text saying that it wouldn't be too long before I would make it over there, and he said, "If you want the boat, we'll make it work." And I already told him, I don't have the money to buy a boat like this. And I didn't know what he meant, and I knew maybe if I sold my old boat, if I really loved this new one or something, I could maybe make it work, but there was no foreseeable way of making this work. Let's go on a road trip. Let's go to Comox. Let's check it out, and let's see how this unfolds. Okay, so boat's down on A dock. Go down there, take a look, see what's up. There it is. Hey, are you Vivian?
I am Vivian.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Barry. Hello, Will.
Yeah, sorry, I'm filming.
I figured you were.
Yeah, I mean, you can't not film a moment like this.
Hello.
Wow, that is a beautiful boat.
She's lovely.
Oh wow, there's indigenous designs on the bow.
Yeah,
Hey?
so she's got, some say it's a beaver. So we've done lots of things with that thing. We've had it
Traditional stuffing box, I like to see it.
And it's a 1-to-1 gear, which means it has reverse, but there's no leverage. It's not 3-to-1, it's 1-to-1.
Oh, so
So it spins the revolution of the engine is the revolution of the prop.
But this is the karma of life. See,
Yeah.
these are the stories we can tell. So,
Yeah, so
10 years later,
really?
we're 10 years later.
45 seconds on the glow plug.
So now I know for next time. So John and Vivian and I hung out at the boat for quite a while and talked and decided we were going to meet up tomorrow. So I spent the night on the boat, which was great because it poured rain that night, which revealed to me where any of the drips were, which are pretty minimal, and I decided to sleep on the main settee, and it was lovely. Stayed nice and warm inside too. Oh, good morning. I am just down below looking through some documents. I'm gonna go meet up with the owners pretty soon for some breakfast. This boat is, as I said, incredibly Spartan. There's no electrical systems whatsoever. Like there's no cooling plate, there's no lights, there's no water pumps, there's no, there's nothing. It's wild. So that's an interesting thing to like, I mean, I did this with Dagon also, is go through and design the entire system. That just means it's a clean slate, fresh start. Yeah, it's traditionally rigged, parceled, wormed, served, etc. Tarred rigging. Really happy with this. I really like this. It's old school. It looks good. Presumably works good. Got what looks like a 35-pound CQR here. I'll probably take my 75-pound and put it on here. I mean, nothing wrong with this. Immediately notice that there's some really nice snatch blocks being used just for the lifelines right now, so I would rescue these. So I spent my first evening aboard the boat and I still had no concept of how I would be able to afford this. And I'm sure you can understand the prospects of owning a vessel like this are extremely exciting and incredibly inspiring. Immediately start thinking about all the places you could go, all the things you could do with a boat like this. But how? How do I make that happen? So at this point now, the plan is to go meet up with John and Vivian and have breakfast at their house. And we were going to discuss plans, figure things out, see if there was any middle ground. But this boat was so beautiful and so far beyond my financial means that I honestly kind of felt like someone was playing a practical joke on me. Felt like it was too good to be true. So we had breakfast and had some preliminary discussions about what an agreement might look like, but John started showing me all of the stock for the boat that he has, including 2 tan bark sails, one being a storm jib and the other being a storm trysail, that have never been unwrapped. That's the original binding on it from 1971. As well, you can see on the ground the white canvas is a set of square sails for the boat, so one could theoretically make a yard for the boat and turn it into a topsail ketch, which is a dream rig of mine, much like you see on Lynx or the Pride of Baltimore. And yes, I know, those are schooners, not ketches. I know. This is bigger. So one of these.
This would be the stone tristle.
Yeah, that's labeled there.
Cranfield, 1970.
Wow, crazy. Yeah, this will be the storm jib, I suppose, or
That's what I would say. The tristle gets. Oh, this is tanks in it.
yeah. So for one of the foresails,
Yeah.
actually, it would make for a nice staysail. It looks like. I'm curious how the tristle even works. Oh, so it laces on.
For a storm.
I mean, it's because it's triangular, right? It's Bermudan, so it's going to be half the size of a gaff. So I guess you ditch the gaff and you just raise it on a halyard
Yeah.
on lacing. We just had breakfast and hung out and did a bunch of paperwork, sorted a bunch of stuff out, and yeah, planned out what the deal would look like. Don't mind me, just gonna step onto my new boat. Thunderchild is officially my new boat. It's not for sale anymore. Yeah, it came together that quickly. It's kind of shocking and kind of ridiculous, but it was an offer I couldn't refuse. So I went back to their place for lunch and we signed off on everything as they had printed everything up and made it official. I have the boat, got the paperwork, it's mine. We're just waiting for the insurance to transfer over and a weather window. And yeah, life begins on a new boat. For a brief summary, they basically offered to finance me the cost of the vessel, and I couldn't be more thankful to John and Vivian for removing all financial burdens to stepping into the ownership of this vessel. Thank you both so much. It all felt like a bit of a dream. It was too good to be true, but it was true. And so now the hard work begins. Dagon is in Vancouver and Thunderchild is in Comox. Time to get both of the vessels together in Silva Bay. Dagon first. So it's been a long time, but
Greetings, gentle viewers.
we had the tender brought across with Ben way back in the day.
Fucking this winter.
Yeah.
Like
And
in the spring, I guess it would have been.
yeah, and
Okay,
so
yo, this is actually not safe. Yeah, okay.
and so now we are I grabbed Simon's outboard and I'm gonna go pick it up from the rowing club so
Yeah,
that I can
little adventure for all Barrykins.
going out to sea. We'll see what happens.
I'm not gonna go this time, just because if you're a gal, you know what time of month it is. You know it's not fun, so I don't want to sit in a little boat for 2 hours or however long.
Yeah.
I'd rather just bicycle there after and get to share the victory.
Yeah. So then now I'm going to bring it around, and then that'll let me get Dagon over to Silva Bay and start the adventure with Thunderchild.
Woo!
Woo! Haley still hasn't seen the boat.
No, like this time I was just like, you know what? If this is the boat, Barry can just deal with this one this time. And also, I couldn't just drop everything this time and head out to Comox.
Yeah.
Like maybe I could have, but making money also at this point is important. Operation Thunderchild officially beginning.
Yeah, this is the first move. This gets Dagon to Gabriel but
Also, we've needed to do this for months now, so thanks, Ben, for being patient.
yeah, thank you.
Well, it shouldn't have come as a surprise that the tender that we abandoned months ago is now growing a garden.
The best part of waking up is mosquitoes in your boat.
Yeah. Whatever, the fish will be happy to eat those larvae.
Yeah. There's a lot of green in here that I wasn't expecting. I always wanted a terrarium, but not this way.
Never like this.
Well, she holds water.
Isn't it supposed to not hold water? It's supposed to be outside the boat, isn't it? I always thought. Balin.
Welcome back to another episode of Super Sweaty Guy Sits in a Boat.
Also known as Sailor Barry. He's like the guy from X-Men that just flushes into a pool of water. Yeah, pull up your pants.
That's the critical. If your pants are down, it doesn't start.
Obviously. Ah.
First pull.
Yeah, just let a little bit of smoke out of it. Perfect. Cool. Wicked. Do you require my assistance any longer?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let it idle and then do a couple laps and make sure she runs good and then get out.
Cool.
So yeah, you can head home or I'll text you when I'm there.
Yeah.
Alright, leaving Vancouver Rowing Club. I'm just gonna tool around a little bit, make sure nothing goes wrong with this outboard, and then start my journey over to False Creek. As you can see, it's pretty hectically busy in Cole Harbor, but this is the first step to getting Dagon over to Silva Bay. If you've been watching previous episodes, you'll remember on the last trip over to Vancouver, we sunk our tender with our outboard on it, and that means that Dagon has no propulsion because she has no inboard motor set up at this moment. And this is the tender from episode 1 of our series. If you remember, we were given a free boat, and this is the tender that came with it. So I'm borrowing Simon's outboard motor so that I can motor if needed. Even though Dagon's a sailboat, there isn't always wind. You know how it is. Also, I have to say, the views of Stanley Park from the water, watching the seawall, is truly beautiful.
Whole gang's together again.
This tender is operating very weirdly.
This one's?
Yeah, because I'm towing.
Just drag.
Yeah, drag to one side.
It's funny because you're just gonna come bring this boat back here pretty much right after anyways.
Ha! Sold the van. No more ties to the city. All done. At this point, Haley and I are all packed up and ready to go over to Silva Bay aboard Dagon. Haley just called an Uber. We got all our gear ready. Charged all of our batteries, got more cargo for Simon. Uber's on its way. My back's loaded up with stuff. We're getting ready. The boat journey begins. Oh,
that's scary.
no.
You sound like a snake.
Not a snake.
Yeah, you've seen a snake over here. Immediate first concern is always snakes and spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're loaded up.
We are. How's it going? We are underway with the parahelion tender, and we are leaving English Bay, or we're leaving False Creek, heading into English Bay. It's blowing southeast. We're going to Gabriola. It says it's going to blow 20, so I put a reef in the main, and we'll probably just put the main up. But
It's very calm out right now.
yeah, we're sheltered from all the southeast because of the city, so
We're sheltered due to our beliefs.
yeah, well, we're just gonna see how it is out there and eventually raise the main and take it easy. We got a lot all day. It's pretty early in the morning, and we'll get out there, tie up the Simon's boat, and go get Thunderchild day after tomorrow. Well, we're going tomorrow to go look at her. You get to see her tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Little thunder thighs.
I'm excited. I always love doing these trips across the Strait of Georgia, especially on Dagon, and I'm always a big fan of doing it when Simon needs supplies for his business because it works out well for both of us. He slips me a bit of cash for delivering, and we get to live out one of my favorite things about sailing is the old traditional ways of delivering cargo, and it's how we used to get all of our supplies, but the days of sail cargo have long passed. The whole way across the strait, Haley and I listened to the audiobook Jean de Sud and the Magic Bird, written by Yves Gelineau, a phenomenal sailor and a very inspiring person with an incredible philosophy. And I think everything about the Magic Bird philosophy completely rings true with everything that's happening to us right now. All right, well, we got in to Silva Bay. We got Simon's sail cargo delivery.
Oh, yeah, we are here.
Babe.
Oh, somebody fixed the docks too. This looks
Yeah, that's great. Okay, remember, act professional. We talked about this.
Hi, sir. How are you? I'm great. How's your mom?
I don't know.
That
That's
question for Simon.
that's not professional to talk
Oh,
about family.
Right. Did you see Trump's photos?
That's better. That's
Okay.
more like it.
How's your sex life? Want a beer? Perfect. I think I covered all of them. Oh, how about that God guy? Is it the one?
Who knows? Yeah, we'll ask if he's been saved.
Jewish?
Yeah. Have you been snipped? Wow, then this whole segment's getting snipped.
Yeah.
Sail cargo delivery.
This is a business.
Sail cargo delivery for Simon. It says Stinky Butthole Styles. That's, yeah. Yeah, can you just sign here on my chest?
Just a kiss on the cheek.
Gross. So unprofessional, Simon.
Oh, hi.
Now that we got this delivery out of the way, it's time to head to Comox.
Oh, I feel pretty comfortable with this.
This is the 2 loads that we gotta take down. Yeah, make sure you, brake hard, babe. Do you need a second hand?
I think I got it.
Yeah, you got it. No rush.
Me and Barry, a lot of stuff is really heavy. I'll just let Barry. We can do it. Don't worry about it.
Hop on your new boat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
That's fantastic. Yeah, no, that's like to Dagon. Love that girl, but dang.
But dang, this is nice.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me feel good that you're not giving something too much.
No, it's definitely an upgrade.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, the specs we
Yeah, it's beautiful up here, hey? And that's where that indigenous carving is, just below here.
Oh, wow. What if we just repaint it?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We are patient.
I noticed.
You want to hop down below, Haley? I think you deserve to see down below.
Yeah.
So the two pieces of floor.
This is great. This feels so much like more substantial inside.
Yeah, absolutely. And does this also
I
not
love this
remind you
table,
of
too.
Dagon?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely some similarities.
Yeah, it's spacious, huge.
When I was telling building rights, we even checked any of these. That is the other.
Earlier this morning, John and Vivian picked Haley and I up from the Nanaimo ferry and drove us all the way to Comox, which means they did the drive twice already this day. So again, just shows you their character and how kind and supportive they are. Good morning. It is the morning of departure on Letterchild. Haley is still sleeping because she's a loser, even though I made her coffee. And she's sleeping, so she can't even defend herself from being called a loser. And we have pigeons in here now. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. It's funny too. I've never loved a loser so much before in my life, even though she's asleep. And a horrible person. She's so lovely. JK lol, she's awake now, and she's not a loser.
I'm still losing.
Hard losing over there. I got coffee made. First impressions, a little chilly. I think it's just because it's chilly. I gotta bend on the sails in a little bit. Hoist the tender. Yeah, then good to go. Oh, how'd you sleep?
Didn't really want to fall asleep, honestly. I was just like, I think I was just excited. I was laying there like, wow, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, feel pretty good little sleep.
Nice.
We don't have any heat at all, so it's still like pretty mild.
Yeah. We'll have heat when we're off the docks,
Yeah, luckily,
and the motor will produce
I'm so
it.
glad it's not like midwinter right now, so we still have time to like get some things going on here.
Yeah. We're just gonna wake up and start getting shit did. Babe, that's not awake
Wake
at all.
up, you're still dreaming.
Whatever you are is not awake.
Like I could drive a car right now and it wouldn't be illegal. I don't know if I would want to like drive a boat. It'd be cold.
I just wrote my pre-departure. I'll do the pre-departure checks on the motor soon with John, so I make sure I'm looking at all the right things. But in the meantime, sun's coming up, and I'm gonna bend on the foresails. This sort of work, bending sails on and getting a ship shape, is exactly what I did for years and years and years aboard the tall ship Providence, which you saw in the very beginning of this episode. And so when John showed up and saw me getting his former vessel ready the same way he would get his boat ready, I think it was a nice vote of confidence that we were the right people for the boat. He didn't have to explain anything really at this point because I did this exact same thing for years. The winds were light, so we put all the sails up just to make sure everything was in working order. And then from here, I was going to take John and Vivian down to Denman Island from Comox for a shakedown sail, and then Haley and I would be on our way down to Silva Bay. I'm going to start the motor up, and then I will plot a course, and then I will plan the departure.
I don't know what the suggestion was. You were.
And we're off. This is my first time aboard Thunderchild underway, and leaving Comox Harbor was absolutely beautiful, and it was, again, I cannot emphasize enough, so wonderful to spend all of this time with John and Vivian.
Got a guy coming out. Hard over.
Oh, look who's on the Sailor Mary.
But, as is tradition for Haley and I aboard a maiden voyage on our new boat, something had to go wrong.
Hey Barry, why are you down there? About this boat.
Engine overheated, so we're just troubleshooting.
So the temperature should have been 190 consistent, and it was running at 220. So we opened the floor hatch, and what did you check? You checked.
I've checked the raw water, which is coming in. I've cleaned the raw water filters, so there's a good flow.
And they
which
were just
could
like,
have been our problem.
they were a little bit gunky for sure, you said?
Yeah. And
But-
then I've checked the impeller. The impeller is sound.
Yeah, we do have a bunch of spares also, fortunately.
So I'm just reassembling the
You look very comfortable. Is that your new where you're gonna sleep?
It's my favorite
bed?
spot in the boat.
Wow. Thought it was just next to me in bed, but okay. Sleep next to your girl. Priorities, right?
Susie.
Yeah.
Susie.
Yeah, Susie.
It's Susie, yeah. Oh, that's what Susie means on all the labels. I was like, who's Susie?
Yeah, I was wondering about that too.
Got
The
little
reason we
Susie.
can still move is because we're under sail.
Vivian had the excellent idea to put the sails up just so
And
we
we
have
have power.
a little more control. We're not going fast, but we're in control and we're not drifting into anything too shallow. So we'll flash up the motor in a few minutes here. And if we don't overheat, we'll continue on, I guess. And then if we do, we'll head back to the dock.
These last two screws are fucking impossible.
Well, we had done impossible other things, so.
Oh, my arm.
Are you?
My arm's seizing up, but I got one more screw to do.
You can do it, I believe in you.
Or you can come out and just wait.
No.
Nah, we're not really come out and wait kind of people.
I'm already here.
She says, well,
Yeah.
he's in the
Phew.
Yeah, easy for you to say, Haley.
Yeah, I mean, I had smoke too. I'll drink some, have a sip of my coffee. I don't know, I'm not worried about it. You always figure it out.
This is our deposit on the boat, really.
It is.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's a little easier. I can't, or maybe I can't.
I can take that, Barry.
Haley's got them.
Good.
And then the other knee cloth.
Or whatever it
Oh,
is.
there you are, babe. Nice to see you again. It's a bilge goblin.
Okay, how the hell?
Scoot your legs back is how you got in there.
Yeah, you came through here.
You came through this hole, just in case
Yeah,
you were
this
wondering.
is gonna be embarrassing.
Pass me that cloth on your knee first so you don't lose it.
I think I need it to be able
Okay.
to touch the
Yeah,
motor.
yeah.
Yeah, you probably have to come out through your head through here, Bear.
Yeah, you can do it.
You gotta come back.
Just fold in half. Oh, look at you. So proud of you.
Must exhale. Empty the lungs. Think skinny thoughts.
Are you alright?
Oh
No, he's not out yet.
Not out of the woods.
He's got one cheek.
No, but you know,
Yeah.
you want to seriously make that hole bigger for frick's sake.
Yeah.
Only men.
Welcome back to the real world, Barry.
I'm just going to turn the key so I can see our temperature, and if it's not super boiling hot, I'm going to crack open the
We're in a nice mood now. So.
160. Too hot to open that up, it'll boil. We'll wait a little bit, and then I can crack that open, see how our glycol levels are doing. Is there a fill somewhere else, or is this the fill?
That's the fill.
It's too hot, isn't it?
It's too hot, it's 160 still, so it'll boil. Wow, we are sailing.
Yeah.
One curveball isn't enough. As we came up to the docks, the mainsail wouldn't drop, but we took care of it, and all is well.
Really like, yeah, you want to be my boater? Yeah. show you how much you need to love me.
More like trouble child.
That's right. That's right. Just like a little bit of a thunder.
That's okay. We're used to adopting trouble boats. Just making sure we're honest people. Yeah.
Keeping us on our toes. All right, so we're safe at the docks. We sailed most of the way up to the docks, flashed up the motor, and then pulled up. And we are currently going to inspect the thermostat because we suspect that it is.
That's a wee job for sure.
It totally is.
I might take a nap.
Yeah. So
Sun.
a guy we met over there, a guy named Bob with a boat named something, and gonna borrow some crescent or some sockets and see if I can crack open the thermostat. Best news, we all got smiles on our faces. We still got time to make it all happen in a good orderly manner. Yeah.
Can't complain. Nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
Just saying to the trouble child.
Trouble child.
That's just, we always get the troublesome.
Yeah.
They're just like we rehab these little troublemakers.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're troublemakers too.
No maiden voyage without a little hiccup.
Yeah.
Disconnecting the hose into the heat exchanger so that I can, because that's where the raw water pump exits, the hose that exits from the raw water pump, so that I can crank the motor over and confirm with my eyes that the raw water is pumping. And then from there I'll reconnect it onto the heat exchanger, and we'll see if it comes out the back side of the heat exchanger, and if it doesn't, then we know there's a plug in the heat exchanger.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, because we checked the thermostat. So this was the one that was already in the boat. We had an exact replacement. There is no difference in between the two, so which leads us to believe that this is actually still a fine part. But at least we replaced it with a new one just in case.
Oh, I mean, there's your problem right there.
What?
It's just the bottom of the heat exchanger is fucking plugged.
Oh.
This is really good news if this is how this is going down. I'm just gonna crank it without glow plug in it, and we should
just
get
boot it
out of
out?
this hose, if you can see
Is
it.
it gonna shoot up really intense?
Probably not intense.
So we're looking at that blue
Yeah.
boy.
Just making sure I'm all clear.
Yeah, don't get your foot on something that you don't want to be.
Don't want to lose my toes.
No, I can see them.
Yeah, those are for you.
Oh yeah, see, look at that.
It's like a plug in. So this is what's
The
built
zinc?
up.
Oh, it's just calcium. And a piece of wire.
So this is probably his last impeller that he
Oh
went
yeah,
through.
there you go.
But yeah, this is calcium buildup.
Wow, do you want to eat it and make you have strong
Yeah,
bones?
100%.
You shut the motor off, so that's good.
Yeah. So.
Huh, how about it?
Yeah.
They'll be excited to see that. Imagine if we just fixed it. Imagine if I fixed it just while they were gone. That's a joke, by the way. We like to have a good time around here.
Oh yeah, calcium galore.
Calcium deposits. Yeah, and this little piece of impeller was stuck in the middle of that calcium deposit.
Yeah.
So it was a full block. Crazy. Oh, Underchild just had to like have a little poop, I guess.
Yeah. It seems like it was isolated to right there.
Wow.
So now I'm just gonna plumb that back on. That's really good. The water pump's working.
Yeah.
Plumbing's working.
Yeah, so it's coming in, it's just not getting to the back of the system because of that block.
Yeah.
Did you just troubleshoot and solve that problem, babe? Wow.
So hopefully it doesn't leak, but.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
We got water.
You made some water. That's wet.
So I can
Cool.
reassemble. We're good. We just need glycol because we lost a bunch when it overheated.
Cool. That's easy.
Top up the engine oil. And so I'm gonna idle it in a minute once I get this all
Yeah,
reconnected.
sounds good. Just make sure that there's
Proper
it's doing
flow.
yeah.
Hells yeah.
Oh hell yeah. No, we just got the rest of the day just to chill. That's awesome. Cool, I'm gonna update our captain's log.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Haley's loving that job.
It's like journaling, but only I don't have to talk about my feelings.
You can actually, honestly, adding in feelings.
Oh
and stuff,
yeah,
it's really
because then we
good.
can post the pages
Like
too.
you can be like elated, it's just a calcium block, stuff like that. Like
Oh yeah, it
even if
makes
it's
it more
just a boring
dynamic.
day, you just write like winds, whatever, blah 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 blah. Felt good, saw dolphins, whatever. Just stuff like that is really nice to look
Yeah,
back on.
totally. Cool.
Yeah.
Doing it. Back in 1862, people used to have to chop their own wood and light a fire. These men were farmers and working class men. Some were ranchers. This man, unclear what he does. Probably any of those things. It was a hard life, but people felt happy. Is the flute's open?
Yeah, it was wide open.
Cool. Oh, it's same as like a through hall.
Yeah, exactly. And I suspect this thing's gonna kick ass. This might just stick with this.
Yeah, I would say move your phone when it gets hot.
That's so great.
Oh, that's lovely.
Vivian was kind enough to pay for me to go to a masseuse that evening because of my contortion act in the engine room. And at this point, everything was ready and sorted out. So the only thing on our task list for the evening was to get well rested for our trip tomorrow. Good morning. It is almost 7 a.m. Vivian and John should be here. We'll be dropping them off. So we're just gonna have a couple hours with them on the boat in the direction that we're headed. And I have the boat ready for departure. I have taken the fender from here and put it way back at the stern here. And I have a very long forward-leading spring line and just the bow and just the stern hooked up right now. So that is officially singled up for now. And once they arrive and get on board, we'll disconnect the stern and disconnect the bow. And then I will bear down on the forward leading spring in reverse, which will take the boat, crank down on that, and she'll swing out. Then I'll drive forward, rotate, and zigzag until I'm out of the harbor. I haven't done that kind of maneuvering on a tiller boat before, so I'm excited to see how it goes. And I don't know if this propeller has walked to port or starboard. Supposedly it doesn't, but it may. So that's my plan. See how it goes. Departure went exactly according to plan, and as we were leaving Comox Harbor yet again, we were passing by the Maribel, which is a sister ship to Jacques Cousteau's vessel, the Calypso, a 1940s US Navy minesweeper. Beautiful boat. In a weird coincidence, that vessel is the vessel that my friend Nathan worked on for a couple of weeks, which gave him enough money to be able to purchase Dagon off of me. I love how beautifully that all came together. Just watching this footage back now made me realize how small the world is and how beautiful things can work out sometimes. Our trip down the coast so far is going flawlessly. The engine is not overheating or anything, but despite being 79 years old, John just can't help himself. He's tying little telltales onto the standing rigging so that we can tell the wind direction. It's crude, it's simple, it's effective, and I like it. And I like John for doing it.
Departed Comox at 7:20 a.m. this morning. Temperature of Thunderchild was holding.
It's holding firm at 160.
Beautiful.
And we're at 1300 RPM, which is pretty high for this gal. And we're cruising at 5.5 knots.
Destination.
And we're gonna stop in Deep Bay and
to drop off
them
John and Vivian. Yeah.
And then we head to Nanaimo,
Yeah.
so you can catch the fast ferry back to Vancouver for your tattoo appointment.
Yeah, as we always do.
Yeah.
Fucking the Holland to get back to work.
Yeah, it's fucking. So we have the autopilot set up, which is remarkable.
You're here, and I'm here.
Who's driving the boat?
She's driving herself.
Yeah, it's remarkable. She holds a really straight course, super straight. Haley never gets to walk around the boat because she's always helming. She loves helming, so that's great. But like now she doesn't have to.
Wow. Take my job away. If you do a job bad, we take away the job. Then you don't get another job. Yes.
And John took some Super 8 reel and put it up his telltale, so we have some wind indicators. Yeah. So all in all, amazing, very exciting. I love it. And John and Vivian are the sweetest, kindest, most amazing people in the world.
So what's happening right now, Cap?
We're off to sea, matey. Arr.
Not the last time we'll be off to sea, but the last time that we are the owners of this boat.
In fact,
We're not even owners anymore.
we're guests aboard.
We are guests aboard
And
the
it's
Thunder
such a
Child.
beautiful ship to be a guest on. It's
It is.
glorious.
We are grateful. We are sad, but grateful.
It's all good.
It is all good because why? We found the right owner.
Yes.
Without the right owner, wouldn't have been
Oh.
so easy.
Yeah.
We're happy, eh?
We are happy.
So happy.
Happy sailors.
Happy sailors, even though we don't have a boat, but
Avast.
avast.
So around here they have, you can barely see it. I'll see if I can zoom in. I don't know that you can see it. There's a little red light on that post there. So it's a stoplight, very literally. We have to wait for the Denman cable ferry to go across. And there's the red light there. We just got the red light last second, so we had to come to a stop. So now we're just gonna wait for it to clear and the light to go green, and then we'll put the autopilot back on and idle forward. Unfortunately for us, arriving in Deep Bay means it's time for John and Vivian to depart. But this won't be the last time they sail aboard Thunderchild, as we are planning a trip in the new year with them, which I look forward to very much. And this is where John and Vivian both depart the vessel. Oh, it was so lovely to have them on board and lovely to learn everything we could from them and lovely to inherit their vessel from them. I couldn't be happier with this boat. As you can see, she's a mighty fine fit for Haley and I. Cheers to John and Vivian. Thank you guys so much. All of this from a simple chance encounter. And this is the beginning of Haley and I's voyage aboard Thunderchild. And I don't think either of us had any idea how special that was going to be. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you want to like, comment, or subscribe, it's a free way to support our channel. And if you want to support us monetarily, jump on our Patreon or our PayPal and stay tuned for the next episode where we have a magical chance encounter with a humpback. Cheers, take care.